Hello everyone, welcome to Jandakot Airport in Perth, West Australia. I hope you are doing well. If I was to give you the following names, you would recognise them as German aircraft designers and manufacturers of World War II vintage, such as Willy Messerschmitt, Ernst Heinkel, Kurt Tank, Hugo Youngers and the Horten Brothers, Claude Dornier and Henrikfalk. All of them produced successful designs that advanced military aviation, even though we might question their loyalty to a totalitarian dictatorship. At the end of the Second World War, as defeated Nazis, you would imagine that their futures would have been bleak and uncertain. But was that the case? Post-war, we know that the Allies scoured Germany to get hold of the material and best and brightest people for their own programs, and they could forgive and forget what had been done. Rocket designer Wernher von Braun, who was but one of many who benefited from this. So let us look at these designers and see what happened to them. Willy Messerschmitt, with Walter Rethel, designed the Bf-109, the second most produced warplane in history, and the first jet-powered fighter, the Me-262. He was supported by the friendship with Rudolf Hess and Hermann Goering. Post-war, he was tried for using slave labour, imprisoned for 2 years, prohibited from designing aircraft. His company made sewing machines and cars. Who could forget the Messerschmitt bubble car? In 1955, he went back to producing aircraft, and that included the Lockheed F-104 Starfighter. This had a poor safety record, not helped by having a downward firing ejection seat. Not so terrific if you are at a low altitude when ejecting. Ernst Heinkel designed the HE-59, 115 and 111. In 1939, his Heinkel 178, this was the world's first practical jet aircraft. Post-war, his company made mopeds and scooters. He died in 1958. Kurt Tank, an aeronautical engineer and test pilot. He led the design team at Focke from 1931 to 1945, responsible for the Focke 190, TR-152 and Focke 200. Post-war, Kurt negotiated with the government of the UK, China and Soviet Union before accepting an offer from Argentina. There and elsewhere he designed and built many aircraft, one of the lesser known designers of that era. He died in 1983. Hugo Youngers, notable for all-metal aircraft such as the world's first, the Junkers J1 of 1915, which had a cantilever wing with practically no external bracing, and the Junkers F-13 of 1919, which was the world's first all-metal passenger aircraft. When the Nazis came to power, they requested that his businesses aid in German rearmament. He refused and died at home in 1935. Under Nazi control, his company produced successful warplanes such as the Ju-87 Stuka, Ju-88 medium bomber and the Ju-52 transport. In 1976, Mr. Youngers was inducted into the International Air and Space Hall of Fame. He stands out as a man who kept to his principles. Horten Brothers, Walter and Remar, remarkable in that they had little formal training, yet designed the Horten HO-229, the world's first jet-powered flying wing, which reached a then astonishing speed of 800 kilometers per hour. Post-war, Remar moved to Argentina, dying there in 1994. Walter remained in Germany, flying in the German Air Force, dying in 1998. Claude Dornier, designer of the 12-engine Dornier X flying boat. For decades, the world's largest and most powerful airplane. In 1987, Dornier was inducted into the International Air and Space Hall of Fame at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. He died in 1969. Henrikfalk, best known for the invention of the Focke 61, the first successful German helicopter, which was flown in 1936.
I asked to make a circle, and I put the plane in the middle. I could look to see the wheel. Now, when giving gasoline, where's the gasoline? It went up.
He partnered with George Wulf to form Focke-Wulf, Wulf died whilst testing a prototype of the F-19A aircraft in 1927. Focke-Wulf built the Focke-Wulf 190, mainstay single-seat German fighter, plus many other aircraft. Post-war, Focke worked in Brazil, helping to build Embraer, an aircraft manufacturer that you'd be familiar with. Focke-Wulf, through several mergers, became Airbus. Henrikfalk died in 1979 in Germany. You may not agree with their politics, but must agree that collectively they advanced aircraft design, and that benefits us all today. Thank you.